I make this full screen again? Why is make this full screen like the hardest button to find on Discord?
Yeah. Anyway, we are just about ready to start, I think. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another round one of Fight Night commentary. And, well, no, today's not actually real commentary. We're doing just replay review that was actually a write in from one of the team captains, Not Yeti, who specifically recommended this game between kevinth, I believe is the pronunciation, and Massisi, who I am led to understand is Ollie from EA Sports. Yeah, so this was a recommendation game replay review. So I'm here joined by TamiJo, one and only.
Hi.
Yeah, so
The one and only, correct?
yeah. How's your day been so far?
It's been all right. Yeah, I woke up quite a few hours ago. I'm technically in work and I'm doing Netrunner streams while in work. What
Excellent,
better life could
excellent.
you ask for?
I had a pretty good hot reunion dinner because today is actually day zero of the Lunar New Year. So tomorrow all like the visitations and everything starts. So yeah, as well managed to sneak in a few hours to do some Netrunner stuff. So that's pretty good.
Sounds good. That
All
sounds
right.
good. Do you get any time off for Lunar New Year?
Oh yeah. It's actually it's like the only time of the year that the government gives out like a double public holiday. So we have a 4-day weekend.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
yeah, but
Is that
uh,
like
but
was that like Friday, Monday, or is that like
it's Monday,
Monday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah, Monday,
Okay.
Tuesday. All right.
Right. Well.
So let us begin. So for some context, I believe this is between EA Sports, Massisi Ollie on EA Sports, and kevinth on what was the team name again? Uh, Apologies. It was Prodigal Run. The Prodigal Run. That's correct. Who are from the U.S. East Coast.
Also
Uh,
a great name, by the way.
yeah. And
Yeah, I'm
yes.
ready to go when you are.
Yeah, let's do it. So Teia against Sable. And yeah, so what was I saying? The context is that this is the final match of the round. The score is currently 2-2. So this winner of this game goes on to the next round. Loser goes home.
Nice and tense. That's what we
Hmm.
like to see.
That's right. All right. So
I think there's been
GLHF.
quite a few game fives happening.
Uh
Like
yeah, I
that's
think
been that's been quite exciting.
yeah, yeah. I can't remember like the last one I managed to get to watch. Some of them, like actually, or most of them have been like pretty inconvenient time zones for me, but it is what it is. Okay, so both players keep their hands. And start of turn draw. Oh wait, so let's take a look at these opening hands, I suppose. Teia, so double remote Jinteki ID. We see a Rashida and Tatu Bola in hand, which is like a pretty strong start already. But of course, Sable with the bones pinhole,
Hmm.
also no slouch. Okay, but
Yeah, I
let's.
think you're not particularly happy with like Tatubola Sadaka as your remote ice that you're doing here, but I mean,
Yeah,
I think it would be a very greedy mulligan. So
exactly, exactly. And I think the second Tatu Bola that was just drawn helps to smooth things over a lot. But we'll
yeah, I
see.
think it's
We'll
going to
see
be
where
a
this ice
big,
goes.
big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So spin in remote, and so the Atea trigger gets the Rashida down. Do we rest the spin? I wonder. There we go. Okay. So
Yeah, well, I was thinking that.
as in there is like some element of like information concealment, but probably not worth it when you are only intending, especially against Krim, you kind of have to ice HQ turn one. Uh,
Yeah,
so you're only going to have
I
one
like
ice
this.
for the remote.
Yeah, I like this Anansi draw, like, because now you can like ice HQ, ice the Rashida, and then whatever they pass, you have something decent to put
Yeah.
Like you
So,
can put the Tadaka on HQ, you can put the Anansi on the remote, or however you want to do it and stuff.
yeah, it definitely gives you options here.
And the
All right.
NGO front as well seems really, really good as a
Mm,
draw with 4 ice in hand.
that's right. Oh, who do we have here? Uh-huh. All right. So, uh, click 2, Tatu Bola HQ, and click 3, Tatu Bola Rashida. Yeah. So nothing too hot. Just regular Jinteki stuff going on. All right. So archives mark. That's, I mean, anything other than the HQ mark would have been amazing here for Sable. You just get your click back on pinhole, which is very nice. So what we're bravadoing first. All right. So of course the downside of ending turn 1 on 5 credits is that Massisi doesn't have to worry about any spiky Jinteki ice other than Saisentan, which is it even in the list.
There isn't a Sky Sentinel. Oh, sorry, no, it's different list. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's Anansi Anemone. That's the only.
Oh, okay, it's a very different list.
Yeah.
3 seamlesses. Oh, I like this list a lot actually.
It's a double. It's a double trend grid list. Damn. All right. Okay. Yes.
Triple Trank grid
Oh yeah.
apparently.
Triple trend grid. Of course. The dream is having the double and then getting the double every turn. That's a lot of econ.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. The one snare which was in the opening hand is so nice.
Classic. But okay, so we established that this bravado doesn't have any like terrible face checks. I mean, I guess anemone will be pretty spicy, a pretty spicy res on turn 1, but you can take the hit and keep trucking.
Yeah,
Oh,
like I think both players, like, you're not happy to see an enemy, but like you're not sad. You're like, okay, sure, that's happened.
yeah,
I'll
exactly.
just go for some cards. These
Okay,
are some
but
good cards.
so bravado, the tattoo res is quite obvious here,
Yeah. This
and
is quite big now.
running the spin, that's interesting.
Hmm.
I suppose because of this bones killing the spin is free, and Teia has. I mean, you're obviously not popping just for the shuffle. You don't have any reason to as Teia, so you probably just let this trash. And I guess Masisi doesn't
Yeah,
have anything better to do with the last click.
I'm wondering if there was a reason to pinhole first. But I guess like because you know what you're doing with your last couple of clicks, right? You're killing the spin doctor, killing this, well, pinholing this Rashida, and then installing, I think, class act over Earthrise, like because you can have one card in hand. Um, so I think, and I don't think the order matters really. So
Yeah, sure. I suppose if your intention is always to pinhole this server to, which you assume of course is Rashida, then running this spin to make sure there's one less Rashida in the deck kind of makes sense.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
doing it this way round. Yeah, don't give them the option to shuffle back the Rashida if they want to.
exactly.
Yeah.
But of course this is just a trash, nothing to shuffle as we've discussed, and then we go pinhole archives, of course, for the bonus click.
That's so good.
Yeah, so 3 credits of Miss Bones on turn 1. It's not something we see very often. But we see, oh, Earthrise installed over Class Act. That's interesting.
I wonder why that is.
I mean, strictly speaking, Class Act is 5 cards, Earthrise is 6. I suppose if the consideration is, I mean, ending the turn on 1 credit, you are going to be spending some amount of time clicking for credits anyway. So
So you're
like
gonna
have
draw 4 cards before you get to play too many of them anyway.
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. I still think the class act first is better because then by the time you get to the Earthrise, you've got like the super powered Earthrise class act thing going
Sure,
on.
sure.
So
All right.
anyway,
But okay. So
oh,
one Rashida tattoo bowler number 3. Okay. Uh so what happens here for kevinth? Do we just hit this NGO front? Is NGO front and tattoo in front of tattoo? Uh, or maybe,
I'm
oh,
wondering. I'm wondering like if this is like an Atari deck that wants to build like have like ice on the second remote. Because if it is, then you really can just like install advance the NGO, put the tattoo bowler somewhere else, um um or like you could click for a card first, obviously, see if we can get a better ice, something like that.
yeah.
That's where I think I am. But
I think
yeah,
the track grids make me feel like the idea is to have like at least one ice on both remotes. So
yeah,
I think like install advance the NGO and use the Teia trigger to dump the third tattoo on server 3
yeah.
uh is where I'm at, although there is some value in just getting the infinite money double tattoo bowler glitch.
The what now?
The double tattoo bowler infinite money glitch, you know, when you just keep running this damn thing and it keeps replacing itself in 4 credits and 4 credits
Yeah.
and 4 credits.
I'm pretty. Yeah, that's definitely infinite money. I'm definitely. That's definitely a loop. Yeah. But yeah, I think what I'm expecting here is a draw into a single advanced NGO. I think that's how I'd play it personally, just because I want to see more. Because I think an install double advance on the NGO front, I want the NGO front to be some bait if I'm going to be spending my whole turn on it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll just take a little bit of money and a card rather than the extra cash. That's where I'm at. But I
Fair
guess we'll
enough.
see.
Okay. So it's click one draw. That's an Atini. Okay. That's a reasonable central size. NGO. NGO will be
Joe.
locked. And okay, tattoo as discussed. And credit
Yeah.
instead of advance. Okay.
Oh, that is. Um, hmm. I think maybe they're trying to use this NGO as bait then, and they
Yeah.
don't care
Yeah.
about money.
Yeah. Well, they don't care about well, I guess Sable with only one credit and one card is like not presenting any strong means of contesting this NGO front. So it's not strictly baiting anything. Uh
Yeah.
yeah, I just wonder
Like,
what the value is of clicking for credit. I suppose the idea is clicking for credit now you are representing more possible unrest ice is the thing rather than going down to two. And if like if Sable just tries to face check HQ, you are representing the idea of like rather than having to pop an NGO at one credit, so on one advancement, and you only go to 7, which is still not enough for an Anansi, for example.
sure, sure. Yeah. And then next turn you can
Next
do
turn,
some
you
advancements
yeah,
to. Yeah. Okay. And with the triple seamless in your deck, it still is threatening.
yes, and of
So
course, if Sable says, oh, 4 credits and nothing that you can pop for credits in the remote. You run HQ, 4 credits is just there for this snare.
yeah. Okay. I see that. I do see that. That's interesting.
All right.
Well,
So
let's see.
Massisi, ooh, that's a very nice career fair draw.
Oh,
That's a really nice career fair draw. Okay, but draw, bankroll Uh, with the HQ mark and bankroll is not that great of an install this turn. So I expect it's just credit. Do we class act now, or do we just take another
well,
credit?
I mean, I can see what's gonna happen, but I don't like it. Yeah. I feel like this turn I'd have like installed the class act somewhere, and like maybe even it was just like triple click for credits, career fair out the class act. Like that, I
Hmm.
think that might be
I
the
think
turn I'd have
yeah,
done. But I
crit
mean,
crit 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 class act is not bad also because like in because the moment you draw 2 cards, you are a little bit it's a bit too overcommittal to carry this classic just because of the amount of cards you're drawing between that and
yeah,
the Earthrise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna end up next turn on what is it, 8 cards in hand, and if you
For
obviously do it now,
yeah.
7 cards in hand, I think it is actually. Sorry, but you're gonna be on 7 cards in hand with 3 or 4 credits, whereas now you're on 7 cards in hand with 3 credits, and you do have a career fair. So I guess maybe banking on drawing a daily cast or something like that to start getting some more money up. But we haven't actually seen much economy, have we?
No, not really. I mean, I mean, there's
Yeah,
definitely got to be daily cards in here with the class account. A whole
yeah.
bunch of whole bunch of resource econ, twinning as you've come to expect from many Sable decks, and the companions. That's a lot of influence on unarmed cards, and one buyer
Yeah,
bans
that's
echelon
actually.
TS breakers.
Hmm.
All right. Oh, Aksu Semeje. What's up, Aksu? All right. So that's it for Sable, and here we go. So we so mandatory to another Anansi, so a little bit heavy. Like the ice is getting a little bit heavy, but the Tatawalas will help alleviate that if they ever get run. Eventually, they will, I suppose.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, the Tattoo Bowler installing the Anansi is obviously what you're supposed to do with that card anyway. Uh, as 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 pointed out in the artwork. Uh,
that's right.
but yeah, like I do like you were saying before with like this 4 credits. I like the idea of just like maybe even clicking for a credit, advancing the NGO once, and then installing something maybe on R&D, or just 'cause you don't need all of this ice immediately. You've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
plenty of stuff to do, and at some point you are going to have to ice R&D, so you might as well use this spare click you've got floating now. That's where I think I'm at.
Mm. Like this, like I think the Atini is like very as a very natural ice to put on R&D here, and
Yeah,
I mean even for example, ice R&D credit advance or ice R&D advance both are like perfectly reasonable plays to me.
yeah.
But okay,
What we're
Kevin
gonna see
goes
is
for Regolith, which is actually still pretty decent money on this spot. Although we see here like we go into advance, we have to discard a card, which is kind of sad.
yeah. Like just it's something as straightforward as just like installing the regolith on server 3, and then installing an ice obviously onto server 2 for free, and then doing one advancement. I think works really well there. You're on 3 credits going up to 8. Ready to next turn you can just crack that regolith like for 4 or even 7 credits next turn
Mm,
if you'd like to. Um, but there's just no value. Like I don't want to discard any of these cards.
exactly,
They're all quite
exactly.
good cards.
Yeah. What's up, Not Yeti? Thanks for the replay recommendation, and hello, Mixlotto.
Hello.
But okay, so what is the discard here? We discard the second Anansi. A little bit of a shame, but okay. I guess you really want to keep this Regolith, I suppose. Okay, but the draw is Hermes, very nice. Mystic also very nice. So still not that great in terms of like actual liquidity on the side of massisi, but you can see a lot of the Dripicon starting to kick in.
Yeah.
Mark is R&D, so like installing bankroll running is not awful either.
Yeah, you're sadly 1 credit short of being able to do everything you want to do. Because I mean, my ideal turn here is install bankroll, Mamie, Hermes, run. I guess you could like credit, bankroll, run, install the other 2,
Yeah,
which is fine.
yeah, and
I feel like that might be where the turn ends up, something like that.
all right. Yeah, so install bankroll for sure. Install Hermes.
Oh, of
All
course,
right.
install the Hermes before you
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
run as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Now surely you pop this NGO.
Yeah, I
Surely.
feel like you would just res it.
Yeah, like
Let's see.
you don't take this risk, right? You like this is so scary.
That'd be very fun though.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, there we
NGO
go.
res. Okay, it's popped. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I
Uh,
guess I guess if you don't crack it, then you're telling them you've got the snare in hand
that's true.
as
Yeah, yeah.
well.
You might as well pop it
So
now.
yeah,
Okay. So
and
nothing.
then
So just credit Mami.
you've still got a credit for some reason. I don't know why, but I thought that
I'm from the Sable click, right?
oh, this is after the click for
Yeah,
credit. Okay,
yeah,
alright, yeah, okay,
yes.
right,
So
yeah, then you click for credit. Yeah, I thought we had a credit immediately after the run for a second. Then
if only Bankroll was Desperado.
yeah.
Okay, so back on 0 credits, but I mean we can see the Dripicon is starting to kick in. And the access to Spin Doctor. All right. Uh, I'm sure Kevinth
Yeah,
is pretty happy to see it. This looks like a pretty easy double install and click regolith. Or
yeah.
we could click regolith twice, or just once and ice R&D. Both look fine to
Yeah,
me.
one click goes you to puts you to 12 credits. You could even look at, and I don't know what card you play here, so I don't think you want to res the Spin Doctor.
Hmm.
So
So
you're just
Atini
happy to.
R&D, or just
Yeah,
credit. Okay, so not revealing this regolith either.
yeah.
That's
I've
fine.
seen this quite a few times as well. If you've only got one click to spend on the regolith, then it's you might as well click for a credit and save the information for next turn. I'm not 100% sure if I agree with it because obviously, if you do it now, the next turn you're gaining 9 credits instead of 7, or um, 6 credits instead of 4,
Hmm.
depending on how many clicks you want to spend. But I have seen this quite a few times.
Yeah. And I mean, it is an iced regolith, so you don't lose out on that much in terms of like the runner trying to contest. Although with this Miss Bones, maybe you feel a little bit spooked. It's
Yeah,
entirely
I think
possible.
maybe you're like you're kind of wanting them to spend the click because it doesn't cost you anything for the tattoo bowler, and if they do get through it, you get the money anyway, right? They
Mm-hmm.
spend, like, let's say I don't know what the fractor is, but let's assume it was cleaver, for example. It's free to install the cleaver. You've then got to pay the 1 credit for the cleaver. You're going to go up to 13 credits, and then they've got to pay. I mean, I guess it's the miss bones, but it's still those credits are real credits for you because they're going to be spent on something. So then they're spending 3 more miss bones credits as well, and you're kind of happy with that exchange overall. Whereas if you reveal it's a regolith, they're never going to do that. So I think you're
Yeah,
happy whether they run it or don't. So
yeah,
this seems
yeah.
fine.
That's perfectly fair. All right. So the draw is Doof and Twinning. Okay, so a couple of
We've got an
very
archives.
reasonable class act. Oh yeah, the highly skillful class act. So the highly skillful archives mark.
Which is good because obviously now you've got the ability to, like, for example, career fair out the twinning, run archives, mutual favor for a breaker. Well, I guess you've got no money, so it doesn't matter.
Mm.
Never mind.
Very very close though. I mean, and like I mean,
Yeah,
this tuning comes at a very convenient time just when the Mystic Mime is starting to charge up. Unfortunately, there's nothing to pay for except for this doof, and you are probably this doof. I can imagine is not going to resolve anytime soon. With the breaker
yeah,
situation as it is. But I imagine there will be some kind of career fair class act coming this turn and more clicking for credits. So of course you run archives
that's
for your bankroll.
yeah.
Credit, 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 career fair class act. Okay, yeah. This
Sure.
seems all
But we're
very
still down
well.
to just 2 credits, and
Yeah.
yeah, I
But
really don't feel happy about that.
yeah, it's not amazing, but there's still a bunch of event econ in the deck, and with the Mystic Mime taking up to 2 next turn, like your worst case scenario is click 1 credit, click 2 gamble, and that's still like fine, and you're still solvent.
Yeah, I guess we really want to see an archives mark and a carpe diem. Well, you don't have to make the room with carpe diem, do you? So
Yeah, sure.
yeah, so yeah, I think a carpe diem is the card we really want to see. Well,
Yeah.
there's the gamble that you were talking about. So
Okay. And another Earthrise, although maybe it's a little hard to install now. But we can see like as long as Atea isn't actually like pushing anything like a timely public release or like a whatever else is in the agenda. So what is in the agenda suite? Fuji, Longevity, Sam, and 3 TPRs. All right. Yeah, as long
wow.
as yeah, as long as there's no TPR like push or any agenda push for that matter, I think Sable is very happy to just sit here and uh just build passive econ and automation as you call it.
Yeah, it does feel like obviously we're getting that economy, we're getting some cards installed, but it really does feel like a time in the public release or something would have been really nice at any point here, like to be able to actually capitalize on the fact that massisi has not really drawn any way to get access to any of these cards. All you've been doing is spinning your wheels, and you really want to get some points on the board. I think at this stage, because those points obviously have got an effect attached to them.
Yes, for sure. And I mean the lack of agendas is a little bit odd here, right? If we've gone like 13 cards into a deck and 0 points, see?
Yeah.
But okay. Thimblerig is the
What
draw.
is it? Is it 8 agendas in the deck? 9 agendas in the deck?
It is 8 agendas in the
Eight.
deck.
Yeah. So we kind of expected to see one by now, I
Yeah,
think.
at least one. All
So
right, so we draw with spin, and we see a teeny seamless. Still no agendas. Yeah, it's gotta be
nearly
a
got the
little.
agenda, but not quite. Got the seamless instead.
Now, do you? You I mean, at this point, what's the play? That you just do some double ice install and click this regolith, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy about, yeah, like you say, like an ice on each server, but I guess I don't know how much ice you're expecting to put on your second server. But you could like install an ice on each server and then just crack this regolith for 4 credits, going up to 14, which is a very good number of credits, I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
You can do a lot with that. So, and but yeah, like we're saying, it's just need this. We need an agenda to score before they start turning all these cards into money. And like you
Okay.
say, they've drawn this gamble, so they can just like credit, gamble, Earthrise. They're at 5 credits with another click to go. We've got the Miss Bones in play. They've got the bankroll starting to charge up. Like you're running out of time. You're losing your window here.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like the call is to ice archives, which is quite reasonable. Also, just sealing off that last avenue, like in terms of like mark interaction, like making sure this bankroll doesn't get like free value.
Yeah, I feel like I would have placed the thimble rig on archives because then you've got the option to mess around later on if you need to.
Oh yeah, just do the tricks, right? And
Yeah,
yeah, committing. I mean,
like
you definitely want to commit something to archives, right? But I mean, maybe Anansi is a little over committal. I'm not sure.
yeah,
The
like that Anansi feels like it's going to be really good somewhere else, and you've discarded one of them, put another one on archives. But I guess maybe the thimble rig can go elsewhere and pull the Anansi off archives later. So
Yeah, but yeah, as you say, that's like extra steps, right?
yeah, doesn't feel great, but I mean, you've got to do something.
Hmm. Okay, so reglyph, click, click, and
Yeah.
going to 15. Archives mark again. Okay, never mind. This Anansi was pretty sick.
Hopefully they'll inside job it.
For maximum value.
Yeah, you got it. Well, there's a run at the very least this turn, so let's see where it goes.
Yeah. So we're going credit gamble as expected. Oh no way. Okay, okay. This makes more sense. This makes a lot more sense.
Nearly.
You wanted inside job and a Nancy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is a very obvious tattoo risk, and we're flipping for Thimblerick. Sure. And there goes the regolith. Oh, and of course uh the Teia trigger. Forgot that happens. And regolith access and kaboom. So
I
that goes
also
away for
forgot that.
free.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I mean, tattoo bowler in
Yeah.
specifically Atea, right? With the flipping and you get your often triggers. You can just get blindsided if you run last click and get a tattoo bowler activation and then swap an ice, then you put the
Install and
yeah a timely public release and
swap.
they seamless it, etc., etc. That's not great.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Like obviously that's the reason the TPR is there is that you can go last click, install a piece of ice from archives, install an agenda, and then score it from HQ. Essentially, it's
Mm,
essentially a fast. It's
yeah,
basically an Astra script at that
yeah.
point.
It's like it's unclottable fast advance. That's like the coolest part of it.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that they can't even clot it is actually quite good.
Mm. But okay, last click install Earthrise. Not unexpected. Here we go. Adrian size. Okay. Click one draw. It's a Rashida. And we see this spin fire. I assume what that means is kevinth is going to install Rashida server 1, Adrian server 2, Rashida server 2, Agent server 3, and move it over. Is
Yeah.
what I'm expecting. There we go. What was the shuffle? Spin and Rashida. All right. And last click
This is one
install
of the.
Mhm.
This was the thing I was most excited about when Teia got spoiled, or well, after Adrian got spoiled, whichever way round. Like the idea that you could move the executive after installing it, I was like, now, having to go through all those extra steps just to be Acer, but it's cooler that way.
And I mean, we have seen people play Volvo Ozeri in Teia for this exact
Yeah.
same reason. So, I mean, which brings to mind that, I mean, because I believe every faction is getting one of these movable sysops, I'm quite excited to see what RWR gives us in terms of like NBN and Wayland upgrades that maybe you can do some funny stuff with Atea.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play like an all sysops all sysops Teia and really go to
we
town.
we got a party over in server one. Yeah.
But as well, like out of Acer as well, like the idea that you could like install a wage workers and a Volvo, then move the Volvo over to your like scoring server
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
that's
It's
for sure.
still quite good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, so we do see
like
this
it.
agent move. Is it going to move into server 2 or HQ server 2? Okay, nothing special. Asu says, Aesop, yeah, Sysop Tran. That's right. All right. Uh, so Earthrise
Bardo,
drawing.
Diversion, and Sure Gamble is the draw.
You drop this doof, right? You've got one already. It's
Yeah,
hard to. Uh,
yeah, the 2 ice on HQ, and like you
yeah,
just need money as well in general.
exactly.
So it seems pretty straightforward to me.
It's another Archives mark again. So Nancy already. There's something about the JNet macro. I gotta say it's I've noticed like a very high propensity to roll Anansi servers. I don't know if that's just my experience playing against
Oh,
Egg Infusion.
specifically Anansi servers, not just archives. Anansi. Yeah. I
Yeah.
had a game yesterday where I kept putting Botulus on the same tattoo bowler. Just kept swapping out and going
Oh
elsewhere and
no.
kept finding it.
Stay down. Why won't you
Yeah.
stay down? All right, thinking. So okay, what's the consideration here? It's a little bit sad that like for the second turn in a row you're going to have to use the Mystic Miami credits to play a Sure Gamble without having a twinning down.
Yeah, and
Uh
also the fact that like they're clicking for a credit into the Sure Gamble, so the Sure Gamble's almost an easy mark. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's but you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so credit gamble again. Echelon install. Okay, so first icebreaker down for Sable. What's this? Again, this is for Anemone and Anansi. Of course,
Yeah,
not amazing against either of these currently is the problem.
yeah. Like with just 6 credits, this is just I don't want to discard this card this turn. That's all that is.
Yeah,
Um,
and clicking for another credit.
yeah,
Okay.
there's some fear here now, isn't there? With the 16 credits, you don't want to bravado into anything. There's no,
Yeah, so
yeah,
I mean,
there's
any of
no,
these eyes could be Anansi.
yeah. And of course, with this Sadaka down, obviously the target is the twinning, but killing the
Hmm.
Mamie would be reasonably close to killing the twinning, I think, at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And I wonder. I mean, because the alternative line. Of course, is just clicking for 2 credits instead of installing this echelon and discarding your extra twinning. I suppose Massisi is playing around the copy of Sadaka and holding
Yeah.
the second twinning just in case it gets sniped.
What do they have to deal with Sadaka?
Uh, is there even an Omakua in the deck? Let's find out. No. Oh, there is one Omakua. All
There's
right.
one Aomakua, and then you've got one Aomakua, 2 boomerangs, and we've used one inside job.
Yes,
We've
the
used
only inside job.
job.
All right.
Yeah, so you're a boomerang and then an Aomakua. So And
So
obviously, with
yeah,
this mutual favor though, like the turtle is not going to be easy to get up to strength as well.
exactly,
You need your
exactly.
breaker suite in the first place to get that point.
Yeah.
So
I mean, all things considered, probably the best way to counter Sadaka trashing the twinning is probably just to install your second twinning, which is what Masisi is playing around.
yeah, I feel like you almost at this point want to make them fire a Sadaka before like and kill one of these reasonably high value targets, and then you can play your twinnings out. And then if you hit the second Sadaka, you've got the backup twinning, and if you don't, then you've got the twinning already installed, and you're good.
Yeah, sure.
But
But okay, kevinth with this second Mashida fire up to 19 credits, and there's your Janus, your TPR,
there
your
we
send
go.
message. This looks like a pretty straightforward push. Yeah, I mean server 2 has like two ice, which the Urana doesn't have breakers for, as well as an Adrian. So this is quite
Yeah,
straight. So TPR
I was gonna
first.
say you could even like Adrian into server 3 to get the free Vampirionessa on server 2,
Hmm,
then
that's
install
very
the
nice as
agenda
well. Yeah, yeah.
afterwards.
So what is now with this TPR install? What is the Teia trigger? Is it okay? It is an Adrian. All right.
The
So
Adrian
not trying to commit any a third ice. Kevin probably just thinks that Artini to
isn't
Tato
installed
Bola
though,
is yeah yeah.
so feel like we're about to lose some credits that we didn't need to,
Hmm,
which is the exact same thing I did the other day. Oh, this is going on R&D. Okay,
fair
okay,
enough.
yeah. I guess given the Echelon install, not a lot of credits going on. The fact that they clicked for a credit to play a Sure Gamble twice, maybe they just feel really safe. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
don't need the
definitely.
third ice. So mm,
And all right, so Earthrise draws flip switch. Pretty good card here. Probably buyer bets is the drop, because there
yeah,
isn't a good there isn't like a immediately obvious server to get your successful trigger off.
yeah, we don't need the like
There
we
we go.
obviously don't need the tag. The draw cards is not immediately relevant with the Earthrise still going. Um, so you you've got the trash sub. You've got like the trash credits, which
But
right
you have a
now
bones,
aren't
right?
great, and you've got a Miss Bones out, and then I don't even remember what the other mode is. Oh, installer card.
Yeah,
The installer card's good. So there we go. We can
there
buy
we
two
go.
credits at one credit discount. But yeah, like you say,
I mean, flip switch, excellent excellent for all these face checks. And bravado is just bravado, right? And so I
I'm
guess
feeling like we might end up with
fine.
flip switch twinning bravado.
I quite possibly, yeah. I do like that.
Yeah, it
Uh,
gets you your counter straight away. The flip switch protects you from pretty much anything. Well, literally everything.
literally.
Yeah.
Is it still bugged on JNet, by the way? So, previously, if you jacked out of a Nancy encounter, you still take the net. I don't know if that's still the case.
It, so it's to do with like the JNet UI when you like click to like continue to say like no actions during the approach window. As soon as they res, it goes into the encounter. So you just have to be like with the flip switch versus an anti thing. You have to just be like no res in chat is the way you're supposed to deal with it.
I
So
see,
it's
I
just the
see.
way that JNet shortcuts to the encounter. Um, so
That, okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
But yeah, so you're definitely installing twinning. You're probably also installing flip switch and then bravadoing somewhere. So that's 4, 5, 6 credits off your 7. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And where are we bravadoing?
I want a
Um,
HQ because it's
yeah,
my
H.
mark.
Exactly, exactly.
You
But
could go
oh,
for this server 3. Yeah, I was gonna say because it's the weakest server, then they're probably not putting anything too spicy there. Like I'm expecting like another tattoo bowler. Obviously, we can see it's a thimble rig, but I'm expecting just something reasonably weak because it was installed early and stuff like that. So, and you're not
that's
too,
yeah,
and
fair
it
enough.
just like it gets you like the spin doctor that they're trying to hide at the same time, something like that.
Uh, Aksu saying time to bring back Octagon. We didn't have these problems during the good old times. Aksu, were you even alive when people were playing on Octagon? Come
All
on,
these
man.
babies coming into town, coming into chat, thinking they know what's up.
I'm just 8 years old, you know.
Yes.
All right, so Thimbrick rest obviously, and this is just a easy bounce. There we go. Of course, you get your bravado money, you get your twin counter. So Massisi is not unhappy about this rest, but of course now Thimbrick can start doing the thing with the remotes. Probably we see that Nancy flip off our archive now, and we just draw. Okay, Unity is really good. Perfect timing.
Mhm, mhm. What we
Uh,
really do need is a way through this tattoo bowler, though, because currently we've got a scenario where kevinth could just, they've got 5 points essentially already in their scar area because there's still no fracture in play. There's still no boomerang.
yeah.
I guess we've got the mutual favour, haven't we, still going? So we can find the fracture when we want to get in, I guess.
Mhm. Okay, Thimbrick going. Okay, so tattoo ball swapping for HQ. What this means is now because now there's tattoo baller on both remotes, you can do your Teia kickflips, whichever remote that massisi challenges, which is quite nice. And we draw a
And then with this
Trank Grid.
trank grid,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty good. It's gonna be a pretty good install. I don't imagine. You probably just score out this TPR first before trying to get
Yeah.
anything else going. Like 17 credits is still quite healthy. You have enough in the tank for at least one, maybe two reses, depending on which servers Massisi challenges next turn. So go advance, seamless launch, very straightforward. We don't get to return this seamless launch back to hand because we're not the most obnoxious seamless launch ID in the game.
Is that not what Seamless Launch says? Does it not say return this to your hand instead of trashing it? Is that? I'm
That's
pretty sure that's
funny.
what I thought. Yeah.
Now that you mention it,
Added it. Yeah.
it
But
must be
yeah.
a misprint.
Yeah.
Axel says, "What? Watch your mouth." No, no, you, no, you stop. Every time, every bloody time, we bring up. Hey, Axel, this like looks cool. What do you think of it? And they say, oh, it's not reg PD. Me like he's seamless, infinite seamless. Get the hell out of here, man. Start spamming Mati jokes again. Okay, you are you're on the edge, good sir, on the edge. All right, we had a Hermes trigger. We completely forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
This is
So
okay.
I guess is that why we swapped it onto HQ, the thimble
Uh,
rig, because we knew we were getting. I
yeah.
don't know.
So, tattoo. So from Kevin's point of view, like Thimberic is like functionally equivalent to Tattoo Bullet because
Yeah.
the chance that Massisi has the Unity is functionally the same as the chance that they have Kurupira, right?
The thimble rig's actually worse because this also introduces Almakua as an out.
That's
So
true.
now you can Almakua into diversion or whatever.
That's true. Yeah, but I think
So
all
I think
things
maybe
considered,
Tattoo was better.
sure. Although in general, like as we've discussed already, the tattoo is nicer on the remote, and
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
but yeah, this Sadaka bounce is quite inconvenient for Kevin, and this does open up the let's say install Unity and Doof, and if Masisi is good enough at the game to roll HQ mark next turn, it could be a pretty big blowout.
If it's rip doof off the top, then roll HQ,
Oh, the
Unity
double.
into double doof, which would actually be probably quite backbreaking, really.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
I don't think you're expecting that.
So Earthrise. Okay,
Oh
wait,
well,
hold. Ooh, you picked daily double cast over the boomerang here.
I
Interesting.
think the boomerang's got a lot of ice. It's not great against Vampire, a Tinny, an Ansi. You're not happy to boomerang any of those ice, and you are still a little short on cash. And you've got access to any breakers you want anyway. You've got Unity
Fair
and
enough.
you can
Yeah, if you've got
further.
Unity and Mutual Favor, the only thing you are scared of is this Sadaka, and you don't know it yet, but you have bounced this Sadaka to hand, so
Yeah.
I can see just double daily cast is fine. Mark is R&D, so not that good. Close but no cigar.
Mm.
But okay, so I think this turn is pretty obvious. Just
Diversion into the casts.
yeah, diversion. So this always happens. So we'll see if this Thimblerig gets swapped. I imagine it does get swapped now with this new information. Okay, and Tattoo Bala back on HQ. Abort.
Yeah, I guess this is with the R&D mark, but like this is one way that the double diversion play would never have happened, right? So because
Yes,
the Thimble rig can stop,
that's
can
true. That's
change.
true. But okay, so we get still 5 credits. This is about as good value as you can get. Now, do we install this daily class or are we doing something else? Running the Thimble. Okay.
Oh, I feel
This
like you would never have put the Thimble rig there if there was something in that server that was worth getting, right? So I think I prefer the daily casts here because this
fair
run's
enough.
costing you a click and a credit, and then you're either going to see something you don't care about, or you're going to see something you have to trash, and then you're losing even more credits, and you're not getting those credits back from daily casts.
Yeah, so thinking about this run. So Thimblerig is well, strictly speaking, it's a 0 credit run because of the bankroll. You make your credit
Sure.
back. And I think massisi is trying to get rid of any trend grids because
Right,
this
I see.
yeah like I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
right after the doof lands is like the best time to get rid of all this lingering econ. And like
yeah,
if you wait another turn, the Thimberg is going to swap back for like say one of these other central's eyes, like the Anansi or the Vampy, and it gets much more complicated to contest any econ setup that kevinth have.
yeah. I see what you're saying. It's like you say, it's a 0 credit run, and it's Miss Bones money, not real money. So you're quite happy with that.
Yeah,
You're not getting a twinning counter off of the Miss Bones, but that's probably fine. You're
yeah,
probably getting one every turn anyway at this point.
yeah,
So
exactly. So there we go. Bankroll and Bones trashes Adrian. Fair enough. Okay, so back to Kevin. You have this TPI. It costs you a doof and your extra Adrian. I suppose you're just gonna shore up HQ and put down this Tranquil, I assume. Worth noting. Worth
yeah.
noting that
What was
the
our mandatory draw here?
the
Have we not done
mandatory
it yet?
draw. Oh, we haven't drawn yet. It is Spin
Okay.
Doctor. All right.
Yeah, so you can Trank and Spin Doctor, and then, like you say, reinstall the Sadaka, and then I don't know what you're doing with your final clip.
Worth noting that this Timbrook didn't swap off anything. So
Yeah, that's
it
true.
probably indicating that at least for the time being, this server is just left for dead, as it were.
Yes.
Okay, spin going down. Second tattoo.
Ah,
And
sure, yeah. Oh, the
okay,
hedge is a nice draw.
hedge is pretty good. Although mm, you kind of don't have the time to do any funny tricks with or you don't have the time to both install the trend grid and re-ice HQ and play this hedge fund. And now that I think about it, it's not even that great because Sadaka is the last ice in your hand, which means you kind of need it. You need to clutch this ice just so your Tattoo Bolas are active.
Yeah, that is true. So I think maybe we were digging for ice there to make sure we had something to do with these tattoo bowlers, and we've obviously not found it.
Yeah,
So I guess you might even be on hedge. Just hedge Trank in server 2.
yeah, and then say I don't believe you have the second doof, for example.
Hmm. Yeah, which
Okay.
is obviously slightly risky given how many cards have been drawn.
Okay. So
Okay.
choosing to put Sadaka on HQ. So turning off Tattoo Bolas. But I suppose Tattoo Bolas not being active is not that big of a deal if the runner hasn't presented a way to go past the tattoos anyway. So this is
Yeah, that
probably
is true.
fine.
Can I just have a
Uh,
quick look in archives? Do we have? We've got one Anansi.
one
Is that the
Anansi,
only ice?
yeah.
Yeah. So we've got an Anansi in archives ready for the TPR to be
Oh,
to be
that's very
installing.
true. That is very true. Uh,
So we can end up shortly in a situation where we install the Trank grid and then do something else, and then during their turn we can install the Anansi, install onto the Trank grid, draw yet more cards, or gain some more credits. However,
yeah.
so we are getting towards the point where we're able to do those kinds of things. But still, like you say, having to shore up that HQ because of the Hermes bounce has slowed us right down, I guess.
Yeah, and the trade off is this Trank is like has been stuck in hand for like 2 turns already, hasn't had the time to come down, and that's kind of just like the Hermes effect. Okay, so click one draw. Chest fee is really nice. You take that over gamble probably since you already have a Mystic Mummy activated.
Mm. Yeah,
Uh,
and with like these, you're in a scenario here where you've got this obviously you've got bravado, but then you're going to end up with 2 daily casts in Shezva, which are quite long term investments. But yeah, I think it's still probably better than the sure gamble.
yeah, and also because like the bravado, like with this much unrest ice, it's a little bit spooky. But I mean the corp has so kindly provided you with this thimble rig remote for you to get safe bravados off of.
Yeah, and you kind of still are incentivized to run it because it forces that spin doctor fire sooner rather than later.
Yes, for
Because
sure.
the spin doctor trash is essentially free, though very soon it won't be.
I mean this bones has got an excellent value already this game. Okay, chest reinstall, bravado. Ooh, going straight into HQ. Okay.
I forgot we've got.
So
I guess we've got the bankroll, so we're kind of on like 10 credits for this run. So the only thing
yes,
that we can hit that we can't break is Tattoo Bowler,
it's
and we're
Tatubola and
kind of happy with
Sadaka.
that.
So definitely we see this
Oh, it's
Sadaka rest here. Of course, Uh, so this thing blows up.
that's a big deal.
Yes. So rearrange. So
And
we
we've ripped a
draw.
TPR as well.
We're just missing the next seamless launch for the chain scroll. Okay, so we
Yeah.
discard the math and blow up twinning, obviously. So we continue, and then Hadu ends the run. So
And
only
the
six.
Bravado there only gained 6 credits
Yeah,
as well
because the
because of
Sadaka blew itself
ice.
up.
Oh.
So inconvenient. Okay, but
It
massisi
just
is a
feels like the runner's just been like sort of one step behind, like just constantly throughout this game. Just not didn't quite have the right money at the right time, and then just little things like this. Now getting the twinning blown up, and then not even getting that extra credit off bravado. Just little things here and there are just not quite going their way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but I mean, if I had to guess, like it's around this point where the tide starts turning, just because like once this mutual favor finds his crew Pura, and because it looks like kevinth is like finally at long last completely out of like ice.
Mm.
Uh, like I can see a point where Sable starts being able to play the game properly with the full
Yeah.
breaker suite down, with the chest V, and with all this drip econ, uh, going to town on centrals. And I mean, as we all know, this is like the classic Teia lose condition, right? You've got this like massive remote. You've got Tranquils running, etc., etc. Some other variations of this deck play Surveyor and make a gigantic stack of ice. And sure, you got this massive like 5 stack remote, and then you just lose to R&D deck. It's tragic, really.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That was exactly what was happening to me the other day with a double surveyor remote. Um, and the thing is, obviously, with this Sadaka fire, I guess if the top of the deck was timely, was it shuffled? Out of curiosity,
It
from the Sadaka.
was. Ooh, I don't think it says, but I don't know if it says if it does,
They
but it wasn't.
rearrange.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, so
rearrange and draw.
they've not. Yeah, so they've rearranged and drawn. So if the next card down is a seamless,
Oh, that's a very good point. There's a of
If
course,
the next tile down is a seamless, they can score this TPR next turn because they can obviously, like you say, do the Enansi install, things like that. And even if not, they're in a position where they could Enansi install to install the Trank grid to install the TPR,
and
and
get
then
value off of
install the
that. Yeah.
TPR normally and start getting value that way.
Yep,
So
yep.
I guess we'll have to see.
So kevinth starting the turn. Oh, it was a seamless.
Oh, so they've
Ooh.
missed that because they knew the top card of the deck.
Yeah, they did know the top card of the deck. Was it? That's okay. So click one draw. I mean,
That's very surprising.
yeah, you could have just gone for it. I mean, would have cost you like exactly nothing. TPR installs for free, correct? Yeah. So
Yeah, so you get the Anansi on the second remote, and then it costs you 3 credits to get 2 points, and
yeah,
that's
and
yeah,
you get your TPR counter back, and then now you're just trying to find
yeah,
like a way to sneak past this to sneak this send a message through. But okay.
yeah. I guess there might be a line of thought of I can do that, but how do I actually finish this game out? How do I get this sender message scored? And maybe they're trying to slow roll the TPR naturally to sort of. I guess I don't know what the second counter does for you. I don't know what
Mm,
that second counter does. Like maybe they're trying to because we can see that they don't install advance it. I think if they install advance it and then they're keeping the seamless launch back to double seamless the sender message later on, but
yeah.
doesn't seem
Oh,
like that's the case.
I mean, of course, the problem is there is one seamless in the bin already,
Yeah,
which makes it uh, quite difficult. I mean, I can't see it being likely that you just draw the third to get a never advance send a message of.
yeah. On
Uh,
average, you're gonna have to draw at least 11 cards to find it. So,
yes.
uh,
Oh, but we're just installing the
uh,
CPR. All right.
okay, and
And
then
draw last click draw
drawing another TPR.
discarding the send a message. Okay.
Draw.
So there is like some merit to this. If you can chain TPR, then you can just go use the last TPR counter to score your longevity serum and don't have to worry about any 5-3 never advanced tricks.
Draw. The only problem with that, of course, is you're looking for a one of again.
Yeah, of
So
course.
yeah, I feel like I would have. I feel like if I was in that scenario, and I think I would have just installed advanced this TPR and then just gone to town like the hard way, I guess, as it
The
were.
hard way. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay. Massisi, click one draw. Ooh, okay, that's another doof. And it is a HQ mark. Although a little bit slow. The mutual favors doesn't come down yet. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to mutual favor, then install. Only have 1 click left.
Yeah.
So
Running R&D. Okay. I guess trying to force out some reaction from the corp down to 8 credits.
yeah,
And you can break everything as we've talked about, except for Tatu Bola, the third Tatu Bola, which we don't know where it is, except we do know where it is. It's on R&D. Sorry, it's on server 2. So Vampires, there is down to 1 credit. Ooh, can't be good. All right.
so this also puts you unable to score next turn, right? And so you're happy about this as the runner.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the only outcome you cared about is can I get you low enough on credits? Like you needed something that costs 6 or more. You've got it.
Um, Now, is this? I mean, do you pay the chess V plus 4 credits here on the Unity, or do you flip switch this? Is the question.
Um, I think you can. I feel like you can let them draw, so you can spend. What is it? 1, 2. So it's 2 to get to strength, isn't it?
Yes, so that's the chess
Yeah.
V,
Okay.
and
So
then
it.
just one, yeah, for the subs.
Yeah. So I feel like you can pay 3 credits and let them draw 2 cards.
Yeah. And
Um,
I suppose it's 4 credits to fully break, but then you are refunding one of bankroll, so you are incentivized to go through here rather than to flip switch up. I think.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Must
so it
be
is a fully break.
fully break.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I can get that. Like letting your opponent draw 2 cards never feels good. So,
Mm.
but I
And
think in this scenario, they've already pushed it. They've already pushed a card into the remote. I don't think they're using the TPR counter and getting that free install. So
yes,
I
that's
feel
true.
like that would put your opponent up to 8 cards next turn with only 1 credit to do anything with. So I feel like they'd be discarding a lot of cards anyway. So they probably opt not to draw. So I think you've just lost a credit there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So of course we going through. No rest on the second ice. Access nothing. And last click 3 is draw a boomerang. Doesn't do that much. Although I suppose now you have like a good like boomerang doof line next turn. But I think you're
Yeah.
either playing mutual favor or daily cast now.
Yeah, you can mutual favor for the Kurapura, but then they know about it. But I guess with you've gone through however many cards you've gone through at this point, nearly 30 cards. I feel like as the corp, you're no longer feeling safe behind just a tattoo bowler.
Yeah, as in
My
yeah,
crit opponent is in
you
30
definitely feel
cards.
the runner definitely has access to some fractal
Yeah.
solution at this point. Okay, so daily cast, fair enough. The reasonable option. And do we just click for credits here? Ooh, hedge
Yeah.
fund is a pretty
Oh,
rough draw.
almost a good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's a world where you click for 2 credits and then install the Trank Grid.
Yeah, I think so. So I mean, this tracker has just been stranded in hand for
Yeah.
4
You just
turns
need
at
to
this
get
point or
something
something.
in play.
It's crazy.
Like you can eschew your you could even just like Mavirus on the Spin Doctor remote just to make it look scary, and then to free up space in your hand, and then you've got the Trank Grid ready for whatever you
Yeah,
need to do.
for sure.
Mm. I
What
I feel like they're missing out on a couple of little value plays here where they can be saving credits here and there, and now it's kind of coming back to bite them.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just looking that this Tranquid is crying for help.
Yeah.
It wants
Yeah,
to be
like if
free.
this would have been in play, like you say, 3 turns ago, we wouldn't be clicking for credits here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But okay, daily cast, chest view refills, and draw. There's the Cupra. I mean,
Oh,
I
I don't know if you take it now or not, because if you obviously we've got the mutual favor, but the mutual favor just costs you a click. So taking it now saves you a click later, but the pinhole might be great.
I mean, we do have like a perfect pinhole server on this server 3
Yeah.
through this Timberic. So like any agenda push, you can pinhole server 3, kill Adrian, mutual favor to install the creeper you put at the bottom and start going. I think
Yeah, and then
that's
the bankroll is going to refund you a hell of a lot of credits.
exactly.
Yeah. The other option, of course, is to run through the tattoo bowler. Obviously, you don't want to give them the money, but I guess I was going to say using the Chesva credits, but then you're using the boomerang, so you don't actually save any money in the end. So I guess not great. So yeah, I
So
think
oh no, oh Massisi does take the Kurupura, just
yeah,
wanting to save
I
the
feel
click
like
now.
I feel like it's install Kurapura, play diversion of funds,
And your
then
click
maybe
back
run the
because you're good enough
remote.
to roll HQ again.
Yeah.
All right, there we
Bit of sleight of
go.
hand. Yeah.
All right, so
So this is obviously going to put them on 6 credits, which are not. Oh, this is perfect. It
except
puts them on 6 credits. Yeah.
it puts them on 6 credits. Wait, what am I missing here? Okay, I
Oh,
mean
sorry, Tattoo Ball is already rezzed, of
yes,
course.
no,
Sorry,
no,
I
as
always
in
just think of Tattoo Baller as getting 2 credits, but obviously it's already rezzed, so it's just a
no, as
net
in
gain
the
of 4
and
credits. Just
of
3.
course the big problem is we don't have ice in hand.
Oh, of course, you actually have to do that, don't you, to get the money?
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't even consider that.
It's not the infinite money glitch if you don't have a partner.
Yeah, right. Okay, so this is great. This is great news.
Yeah. So, I mean, the downside is Massisi only gets to steal 4 credits, but I mean, think you
Yeah.
are perfectly happy with that.
Yeah.
perfectly happy with that. And like no install is like amazing, amazing news here, and we get
Yeah.
a
The no install as well tells you so much because I guess there's the chance that they're baiting you by you don't swap, and then when they run back in for the multi-access or whatever, then you can gain the money after being doofed. So now you're on 4 credits instead of
Oh, and then you
0.
get the snare of, oh, that's so sick,
Yeah,
actually.
something like that. But obviously that's not what's happening. They just simply can't do it. But that would be
Oh,
cool.
that would be really sick. But, okay, so
But yeah.
yes, steal 4
So,
credits.
but now I'm telegraphed. You've got no ice in hand, so you must have agendas, right?
Yes, for sure.
But there is only
Uh,
one. So the other
I
one's obviously been discarded to the spin doctor, which I think is something that you might need to consider. Go, well, they've got the spin doctors, they've been discarding their agendas. So
Of course, the real shame is that the second twinning hasn't been installed yet, but it is what it is. You didn't
yeah,
really have the time. And we go snare. Ooh,
yep,
oh, the
that's exceptional.
humanity, the humanity.
That snare's been in there since the beginning of the game and
That's
just
right.
finally gotten trashed for no value.
Oh,
That's such
that's
a shame.
what a tragedy.
I mean, I'm happy
Oh.
about it, but
All right. So, mandatory draw is a vampy. Oh, that ice came one turn too late, didn't it? Just one. Okay.
yeah, again, just having to click for credits. Like if we had a trank grid in play, we could be installing something instead of
Yeah,
clicking
and
for
this
credits.
and this
And then
TPR has just been sitting around since forever. I, I I don't even think that Massisi has to read that it's an agenda in the first place. You know, like
I
for
mean, I think you could probably track back and go, actually, there's been no scoring window since it was installed. But with the TPR play, like you know that that's available. So I guess you're like, well, it can't be an agenda, or
yeah,
else
it
you'd just
can't be
time the puppet and
exactly
rescore it.
exactly.
So
So it's just creds, which is tragic but fine. Adrian on Adrian moved onto HQ.
Hmm.
So okay, so this doesn't actually protect against like the third doof, for example, but I mean, if you anticipate multi-access coming down, then this is a reasonable play. And with the Tatu Bola swap money, you do have enough to rest a Vampy on a run back.
So is Adrian when they breach do the weird access thing?
It's a
So it doesn't
successful
interact with,
run.
but then it
Uh,
doesn't interact with diversion at all.
Correct.
It
But
doesn't
so you
prevent
will
it
have
at
to
all.
play a side game if a diversion run is successful, but it won't do anything if you choose to divert.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I guess I don't really know what this is Adrian's doing.
I assume it's just for like if there's any predicted multi-access.
I feel like with
The
just the one TPR in hand, I'm more interested in this on the remote because this is such a free run.
I mean,
Like
fair enough, fair enough. Although
I guess now that
if
you've got the Vampirinessa to swap in, you don't care too much.
yeah, and I mean
You're happy with the
you have
move.
vampies to swap in on the vampy can swap in on either of these servers, which is a nice
Yeah.
touch. And again, like if we have the if Massisi has the read that this card in server 2 isn't an agenda, because why would it be an agenda if you have a TPR counter, right? So it's likely safer. Adrian is likely more well served protecting HU than the remote.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think maybe then my final thing thinking about that would then be just to move it on to R&D because your HQ is quite safe. You've got a 1 in 5. That's perfectly reasonable, and R&D has got quite a few agendas left in it. Right, we've got 5 agendas left in an R&D at the moment.
Yeah, yeah,
So you're like 25% to hit an agenda on a random run,
yeah, more or
and
less.
with the Vampy there, you've got more reason to actually do the Adrian. It's going to do
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
And then this doesn't
that's fair.
stop diversion of funds. I guess you don't care about diversion of funds at 3 credits.
You just declined Tatubolo again, right?
Yeah, like, oh god. Taobola plus diversion of funds is breaking my brain. I can't do it.
Okay, click one. Oh, okay,
Oh,
Wicked Blood. Uh,
okay. I think this is that turning point. Like the
yeah,
corner's fully been turned now.
exactly, exactly. We found Wicked Blood. But you take
Yeah.
Carife, okay, you just Carife the
Okay.
twinning, I suppose.
I guess with the twinning, yeah. I guess we just need to finally get this down.
Although I suppose the consideration is that even if you install Carife this twinning, we don't actually have any way to activate it this turn.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you're not. Well, yeah. You've got the Adrian Stace.
Oh, that's true, actually. Huh.
Like
I didn't even
you
think
either
about
get
that.
the access on HQ or you get the Miss Bones on Adrian.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I completely forgot. There's just Fear and Bones. Yeah, that's absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Like the Chesva is going to be huge, actually, because you can also Chesva the oh yeah, the Chesva itself just on the run as well.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
You could just break ice. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like career fair out the twinning here, just access 2 cards.
Or even just hard
Oh,
install the twinning if you want to keep cards in hand.
sure, sure. I guess how did um Adrian fires before twinning, right? So you know whether or
That's
so you don't
correct.
lose twinning counters. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I think I like
this
the twinning install here.
yeah, there's only one snare, right? So okay.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, blah blah blah. So okay, side game is one, so you can't access Adrian. Sure. So you access this Trangrid and no trash. Sure.
Sure.
And so finally, this Vampy has come down on HQ.
You've got exactly enough credits to res it if they run again, but
Mm.
it costs what now? It costs 4. It costs 5 credits total to break, right?
Yes, that's correct. Of course, two of it from Chesv.
Yeah.
So if you're
So
making this one run per turn, it's 3 credits for some amount of multi-access, which is reasonable.
yeah, and you get the bankroll credit back, so it's 2 credits. If
Yeah,
you're bravado or whatever, then the Mamie's paying for it as well. Like, it doesn't look like a great scenario for the corp.
for sure.
I think, like I was saying before, like they missed their window in the early game just because they simply didn't draw the agendas, and then like that mid-game window, they've not pushed hard enough. I don't think, like with that timely public release trick to get the second one scored, things like that.
Yeah, yeah,
I think they've just sort of
completely
missed their
agree.
window a little bit, and it's slowly slipping away.
Okay, we're running back on HQ. I can't
Oh,
I can't imagine you rest this Vampy though, right? With this hedge
no,
fund, with this hedge fund in
yeah,
hand.
hedge fund, you need to get this TPR off the table at some point. Like, I can't imagine this is a res, but I'm
Yeah.
expecting to be surprised. Oh,
Okay,
fair
no
enough.
res. Okay, so pay zero, pay zero.
10 credits
Seamless
on
is
that
the
bankroll.
access. All right,
Yeah.
just putting down this class access. Staunchly refusing to install this twinning.
Yeah. I feel like you don't want to install twinning. I would like to install twinning, run, get the extra access first
Sure.
a little bit. So I can see I can understand that. Oh, the info bounty.
Yeah. I mean, as if massisi needed
Yeah.
any more run value. Plenty enough
This just
of
means
that as
that
it
on a
is.
HQ mark, you're getting 2 credits from the Chesva, 1 credit from the bankroll, 2 back from info bounty, so the vampire is free to break.
Yeah, nuts. It's crazy when you think about it. The amount of run
Yeah.
value that Sable can get.
And also, it didn't even cost you a click.
Oh yeah.
Jack
by
Sinclair,
the
it's just
way,
a Jack Sinclair directly in. I guess there's the Adrian to deal with. But yeah.
okay, second Trangrid coming down. Well, I hope so. Uh,
Well,
credit. So
click for
draw.
a card.
Click for.
Is that
Uh,
hedge fund there? Yeah.
this click one draw is
Click one,
something.
draw. Uh, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking. I assume the intention is always to play this hedge fund.
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe the idea is uh draw hedge fund then double triangle.
Yeah, I think that's because you need to keep this tattoo bowler in hand. So yeah, there's nothing else you can do really. I don't think, is there?
Yeah,
If
exactly.
if you have the extra ice, I wanna put another ice on HQ, but you don't, so it's not an
Yeah,
option.
yeah, you have to hold it. So draw,
So,
hedge, and double triangle. There we go.
yeah.
Turn
Maybe they
13.
were just waiting for the double trank grid play all along for the style points.
uh, okay, so all the starter triggers go down. Finally, twinning comes down,
Yeah,
and we
there we
will be
go.
seeing probably a run on HQ. Maybe we challenge.
Yeah.
It's probably reasonable to challenge server 2 now.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think you can see a world here where you could make 3 runs this turn. Like you
mm,
can run 3, 2, and HQ
yeah.
and get
I
like
mean,
a really decent.
and possibly even archives for your mark value.
Oh yeah, you've also yeah. The only problem with that is obviously it might cost you some money to do that. You also need to play an event because this meme is going to punch you in the
Yeah,
face. Like, I guess
that's
you don't
true.
need to. You've
Yeah,
only really got one card you care about,
yeah, which is like
which
the
is
boomerang. Everything I
yeah,
think maybe daily cast, but econ looks
yeah,
fine right now.
yeah. Like if you don't want it to hit your info bounty, I guess you can install the info bounty, run archives,
Yeah, yeah,
and
that
then you really do
sounds
only have one card you care about.
yeah. So that's there we go,
Yeah.
and running mark. Now is this unanswered?
Ah, there
Is
we
this
go.
ever a res? No, not on
Sure.
11. So there we go. Spin to shuffle. I believe there was a
Send a
send a
message
message. That's
and a
right.
snare. We found the second snare in the deck. Yeah,
Okay,
my virus
so
doesn't do anything against this deck. Well,
okay, then
apart from one
all the triggers, and back into HQ. This is click 3.
what's happening here? I see 2 runs listed.
Yeah, this is
It was
that's odd.
run on archives. Yeah,
Huh. I think this is
reach.
just like a JNet like the replay bug.
Yeah, because that's 6 clicks,
Yeah,
and we've only got 5. So
yeah.
yeah,
I assume it's just a run archives, run HQ. Then we'll see whether the last one is probably on one of the remotes.
yeah.
Okay, HQ. You probably don't rest this either. Oh, we do rest at Grampy. Okay.
I think maybe the reason being here, you can get trank grid triggers, so you can still play the hedge fund next turn.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
So you are still on the 5 credits that you need. But
Okay.
like you say, like this is still essentially free to break. It's
Yeah.
2 credits to break total.
Okay. Info bounty.
I feel like
Oh.
I'd want to hit the twin in here and see 2 cards. I want to see half of this
Uh.
HQ.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, assuming that.
Oh, but
Okay,
can
so we're
will pay the
just
one
hitting
credit.
the Adrian here. That's fine.
Yeah, you can just bones that.
Oh
Wait,
no! They
this.
didn't understand. Yeah.
Yeah, when you breach. Yeah, so breach is after successful run, right? So.
Yeah, so they
Uh.
knew. Yeah, this is just a mistake.
This is
Hopefully.
okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go.
There we. So counter one. There we go.
Yeah, there we
Yep.
go. There we go.
Okay. And then of course we check this, but ooh,
We know the other
ooh,
one is an upgrade, so
yes, but last click running on a tattoo bowler. This is a spooky because we can flip this second TPR onto this track grid and seamless it even if this one gets scored.
mhm.
Although there is a Hermes, so maybe not. But we'll see what
Yeah,
happens here.
the Hermes makes this really awkward. Really awkward now.
Yeah. So you,
Though you could TPR. Oh, no, because you've got nothing to install from HQ to do it.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
never mind.
Uh,
It's just not quite worked out as.
massisi with the absolute flex of bypassing the tattoo bola instead of paying the 1 credit.
I mean, if you know that that's all it's good for, you might as well get that
Yeah,
credit,
I
right?
believe it's the only. Yeah, it's the only bear in the list.
Sure.
Yeah, why
Paying
not?
0.66 credits to get through each one.
Buy 3 and get 1 free. It's pretty good. I think. I think I've ever, in one of the longest games I've ever played, I got uh 4 activations of a Kurupira bypass in one game, and they were all on pings.
I had someone do almost the exact same thing against me when I was playing an NAH deck. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's.
this is when you know you've gone too far.
Yeah, big value says Packet. What's up, Packet? Long time no see. And okay, yeah, so we are doing the ATA trick. Of course, I suppose would it have been too late to rest the trank grid? I can't remember when's the last the window to rest. Are you allowed to rest after the runner has broken subroutines?
No, you need to res it at the same time you res the ice.
Right. Okay.
Once they've chosen to break subroutines, you can no longer res cards.
Okay.
One of the
Okay.
only 2 paid ability windows that isn't also a res window.
Sure. I assume though we are not getting any Teia trigger now. Oh, hold up.
Oh, ooh, this is
Ooh. This
also
is
incorrect because they've
uh
only gained 1 credit. Even if you were letting somebody do this,
okay, there we go.
there we go. If that's okay,
Yeah. Okay.
sure.
So
I mean, I don't think there's a world where you're not passing that tattoo bowler because they rezzed the trank grid.
well,
So I guess it's
that
fine.
that will be a nutty so you last kick run a tattoo bowler run a remote and they rest tattoo bowler rest track and you go in the tank and you say okay end the run fires.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing. Like they not giving your opponent the opportunity to do that. I think you know.
Mm.
But anyway, we're here now.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
So
both fine with it, so it's fine.
exactly. So Thimble, no resonance Atini, obviously. So Thimble 1 credit. We don't see a swap here, I don't think. Maybe with Anansi. But nah, okay.
That and Nancy just on archives all game. Doing nothing.
Okay, so accessing the trank grid.
Yeah, so this costs essentially 2 credits and the rest of them
2
is bonus to
crits.
trash.
Yeah, so do you trash this? I assume you trash this. There we go.
Like with the double trank grid thing, I don't think you can let live. Like if after playing 2 copies of Diversion of Funds,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
so you could steal this TPR and then what are you bouncing here? I feel like I'm bouncing the card in server 3.
Exactly. Right. I mean,
Yeah,
whatever it is,
it's not good for you.
yeah, there's shenanigans afoot.
Yeah,
There we go. And Hermes, that exactly.
yeah. But now you've fallen into the trap because now they've got something to install onto that trank grid for value again.
and
Got him.
Mystic Mimic trash itself instead of killing something from
He's
hand.
taking a damage. Yeah, that is slightly surprising. You've got a couple of reasonable targets in your hand that you don't care about. Like the mutual favors basically game like textless at this point. The Hermes is unique. You don't need too much money. The Mistbones, maybe you're gonna get like +6 credits out of this for the rest of the game. I mean, if they find like another trank grid.
I suppose the consideration is the only card that lets you get full value out of the Mystic for the rest of the game is this Show Gamble.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
guess actually, what have you got left? Like you say,
yeah,
like there's 3
because
Barbados in the bin, 2
Bravados,
Gambles.
yeah, and
So maybe you're right.
that's
They've
all the
just
big
run out
ticket
of things.
items. Yeah, and it's not like you
Yeah,
have like a lack of twinning activators. You've got Chest V, you've got the second
yeah.
bones in hand if that ever comes in.
Yeah, I guess with the Chesver in play, like you don't need the Mimi.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost makes me question why it's there in the first place. If you're so ready to get rid of it, after just essentially what we've only really seen six big events, right?
Yeah.
The 3 bravados, 3 gambles. So
Okay. So TPR counter being used. Okay. Yes. So this is the issue. A Teia trigger has been used this turn already. So it's not a click. Yeah, exactly. So ooh.
I think the correct answer is just to click undo click.
Yeah, that would have been easier.
But then you'd have to redo the entire last row.
And then okay, this is all very manual, but okay, I think we've managed to fix it. And just realized that Funky Man was spectating. Okay.
Yeah.
Funky Man, I believe, is the team captain of I've
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was it again? Yeah.
I'm bad with these team names and stuff. So
Yes.
I remember liking it, whatever it was. I remember being impressed by it.
I'm sure.
Prodigal,
Prodigal Run. The Prodigal Run.
Prodigal Run. That was it.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good name.
Okay, but anyway. So the mandatory draw is send a message, and click one draw is Fuji. Oh, you hate to
I
see
feel
it.
like I would have still gone for the TPR play this turn. Like TPR the ice onto server 2, installing the second TPR into Trent Grid and just fast advance it out. Like you don't have to, like there's obviously no clock threat, so it doesn't matter that you couldn't do it during their turn. Or it can only be
No,
used
you
to
can't
move
because
them.
you can't do that because that still doesn't let you use seamless launch on it.
Oh, of course, that's
Yeah.
the problem, of course. There,
Yeah.
yeah.
But click one draw. This Fuji is pretty bad. I mean, of course, the agendas. You expect the agendas have to be coming at some point, given
Yeah.
that they weren't around earlier. But still, pretty rough draw. 8
We've
points
just
in hand
obviously
now.
reasonably recently shuffled one of I send a message back in, so
Yes.
there's 3 left in R&D still at the moment, so nowhere is safe at this point. I
Yeah.
think is the
Yeah.
problem.
And you don't really have any good trend grid targets. So I mean, you definitely want to play this hedge fund, and you definitely don't want to play this Tatu Bola. So are you clicking for credit here? Is the question.
Oh, that is
Yes.
yeah.
So ending with 11 crits. I suppose like the one hope you have is if Sable doesn't roll HQ mark and it's like therefore incentivized to go R&D, for example, instead with this twinning
Yeah, I
counter.
can see that. I think if my opponent's just drawn a card and then played some economy, I think I'm pretty excited to run HQ.
Sure. Yeah,
So
that's definitely for sure.
yeah.
Massisi though, daily cast ticks out up to 6 credits, but 13 on bankroll. That's a hell of a lot.
A disgusting card. I say as an
It...
NEH player.
You would.
Yeah.
All right. So carry. I mean,
This
obviously,
paladin doesn't.
it's obviously carry fair here. I think, right, with the cast
Yeah.
in hand. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. And paladin is like only at this point of the game it's only really useful if you want to loop a boomerang. But I feel like the breaker solution has been settled for the most part for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's just economy. You're just trying to pick how you want to use your economy at this point. Like
Yes.
that seems to be the only things you've really got left in your deck apart from this one Almakua.
Yeah,
And
which
you've
is
got
not
one
even.
divergent funds left. We bottomed before.
Yes, one doof. That's correct.
Yeah.
Click 2 is draw. The mark is R&D. It should be mentioned. So I imagine you're definitely running at least one of these centrals, if not both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I can feel the end of the game quickly approaching here, so I want to.
Yeah, exactly. So Vampy breaking for it's only one to pump now, correct? So only 5 to break.
Yeah.
And Artini,
So
no
3
risk.
credits, 3 real credits, get 1 back from the bankroll,
And 2 back from
get
Info
2 back from
Bounty.
the info bounty. So
Yeah.
you're moving a credit from your credit pool onto bankroll, accessing 3 cards.
3 cards, nothing. Oh, it's a Rashida trash, very nice. And nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems fine.
With your bonus click, you carry a fair, very cool.
And then
And credit. Okay, so no runs on HQ, so Kevin gets to breathe for a turn, and now you can get your TPR off, right? Surely.
yeah, like
There
you've
we
got to
go.
imagine.
There
Yeah.
we go. Sadaka
We
is
get
the
that on the trank
install,
grid.
not the Anansi. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, TPR.
Gain
Get
that 2
credit back.
credits.
Conundrum. Okay.
Conundrum.
Oof. This is Mulch deck, surely.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was playing this against like Reganak, and I drew this conundrum, and I was like, I hate everything. Why does this cost 8? Why does it cost 2 credits to break?
Ugh.
But yeah, against an Audrey, it's quite silly. It costs a leech counter and 2 cards. So,
Yeah. Okay,
what's
oh,
happened here?
Yes, there is some issue if you like if you TPR.
Go.
I think after the runner has end turn, it doesn't let you seamless it. But of course, it should.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, your TPR counter back and Artini. All right.
Got the
I should
RDI's
say
getting
yeah,
the Hermes.
Hermes. I mean, this is like the only reasonable bounce on the Hermes bounce on the board, right? Because there's really no point in bouncing anything on this server too.
Yeah. I mean, you could consider the Anansi to make archives definitely free, but yeah, the R&D is obviously better.
Yeah. All right, so Marcus R&D, click 1 is draw. You obviously take this doof and do doof now. You can click to draw.
I don't know what the doof is doing for you, right? Oh, I guess if they push an agenda, I think I wait for them to try and push an agenda, and then I go doof, run the remote.
Fair enough.
So I want the doof, but I'm not playing it yet, and I'm just gonna. Well, I guess this is a good turn too because you don't have twinning counters, so you can doof without accessing. Then next turn, do another dig with twinning.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And I think Massisi should be aware at this point that there is no like a game-ending fast advance threat because the only way you could do it is if you have double seamless and a 5/3 in hand, and there are 2 seamlesses in archives already. So
Yeah,
there's no way
the only fast advance you've got is finding a spin doctor to spin back that seamless and then draw both of them. So yeah, we're very far away from something like that.
And the alternative is if you have only a single seamless available, you can score the last TPR and then into TPR the last longevity serum, except that the last TPR is in the runner score area.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, that's a good spot.
Yeah. So so 0% chance of like a fast advance win from at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
From kevinth. So I think Massisi is fine, very fine to just hammer centrals.
Yeah, you could almost argue here that like you have a good option in just clicking for 4 credits every turn. Like, and you're probably still quite favored.
Yeah.
Like,
even though
if
you
you
probably shouldn't, but you could.
Yeah. I'm just saying like that. I think is with these 14 credits on bankroll, like you're so far ahead.
Exactly.
But anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, okay. We are just going for like the.
So this is using the off turn to charge the twinning, and then next turn getting a big dig again. I think is the idea here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do we know the top card of R&D still?
Oh,
yeah, they've not broken R&D lock, have they?
No. That is correct.
I'm just looking at the bar at the bottom. They just advance the time of
correct.
release. So so you know the top card, so you'd only be accessing 1 extra card anyway from R&D.
Yeah, fair enough. So doof here. Oh, we're using the TPI counter. That's
Okay.
using TPR from HQ. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
so they've installed the tattoo bowler here, so I think they're essentially just using this to gain 2 credits.
Yeah.
So then they like end up with some money.
So
Yeah, so
Kurupira,
they're gonna go
okay.
to
And then Steel
7.
5. So now you're at 7 instead of 5 credits. Right? Uh,
Yeah,
the difference is like a little bit marginal. I
yeah,
suppose as we've already discussed, the TPR counter is not as useful in terms of like fast advancing anything anymore. So using as a
yeah,
clickers 2 credits is not like the absolute worst. And you put a second ice on HQ for future HQ defense. So it's not like awful. I think it's justifiable here.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. I can see like this counter isn't worth anything, so I might as well get something from it.
Yeah, exactly.
The only other thing is you can use it in their turn in order to just install onto Trank Grid anyway. So I guess you're just taking that the slightly better ice placement there, aren't you?
Yeah, because like the implication of getting a tranquil trigger on the runner turn is you're putting a fifth ice on this remote, which probably is like really overkill.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not able to res all this anyway, and it's not like you've got the surveyors, so the survey like
Exactly.
you're not getting the extra strength there or anything.
Okay, so the draws
Hey.
anemone. About time. Ooh, whoa, hold up. What the?
Oh my good lord. This is a Teia triggers tribal. Uh,
That's very funky.
so
It's
you can
it's really funny that these
install
install.
I'd say yeah, you can like reinstall a resident enemy. You can install stuff onto a trank grid with it, like bounce
Yeah.
stuff to reinstall the trank. Oh my god, get your double trank grid installed, and then honestly, who knows what you can do with this?
It's funny
This
because
is great.
someone was just telling me about this replanting anemone deck that they just built the other day, and I can't remember for the life of me who it was. But yeah, and
Was it
now we
Kevin?
see it again. I mean, who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows? Okay, credit and credit.
Credit,
Okay, so
credit. Yeah.
discarding. Of course, this conundrum. Get out of here.
There's a thing there, like if that was the turn draw credit credit, maybe it's just triple credit was better.
Hmm. Possibly.
Like
What
you
else?
don't want to
What
see
econ
another
left is
agenda.
there? Yeah, and all the hedge funds are gone. You don't want as you say, you don't want to see another agenda. I guess what you're drawing for is maybe the last seamless. And if you have any more defensive upgrades, that'll be useful as well. Are the defensive upgrades? Yeah.
You've just got the
Oh,
Adrian.
two agents are gone. So yeah, basically you're only drawing for the last seamless.
Yeah, and an NGO front.
And NGF. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But with that kind of thing, I'd rather just like sort of slow roll it. Maybe even put this tattoo bowler onto R&D just to
Hmm.
do something.
Yeah.
But you're just so far behind at this point. I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know where your plan actually does lie.
I suppose there is a world where you just keep on, you can keep bouncing anemones until the runner runs out of cards. There are only 12 hit points left.
Sure. How are you bouncing these anemones? With
with
the replanting.
with the replanting. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure. The one copy of replanting will get there, I guess.
Okay, buyer bands. This goes on HQ or R&D. Probably R&D at this point.
I feel
Oh,
like you're just doing
archives.
an R&D dig. Yeah, your max
Archives.
R&D, so this is just so your max archives, so you're just
Yeah,
getting like a free draw, I guess.
sure. So buyer bands draw. Boomerang, gamble, bankroll. I guess you
Yep,
drop the
the second
boomerang.
boomerang. Yeah.
Yeah, there we
Like by
go.
the time you need it again, you're gonna see it again at this point.
Yeah. So we get the bombs down. Very nice.
Sure.
Purge,
Are we out
whatever.
of MU? Yeah.
Yes. So click to is draw, pinhole threading. Not super relevant. You definitely you definitely lock R&D now for sure. Okay, but if you want to clear the Tranquil, that's
Yeah,
fine as well. And because this
you
tackle
can
ball is in
still.
play, you want to be checking this click 3.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, click 2 or 3 or however
Yeah.
you want. I guess with the it's difficult to say what click this is now.
Yeah. True, true. Uh, all right. So I guess you challenge this remote, surely.
So if you do, you don't have to because it can't be game point like you were saying before. But
Yeah.
it then puts your opponent in a position where they could be on game point, but they can't win without advancing a card, right?
Yes.
So you don't have to run anything that isn't advanced ever. So
Mm.
you could just go into R&D here, I think.
Yeah, that's very fair. But we pinpoint. Ooh, okay.
Oh, this is kind of sad.
I like this play, I suppose. So okay, we see this Fuji, and of course now we also see two seamlesses as we've noted before. So no way to this Fuji will can cook for one turn. At least you don't need to do anything about it now. You can probably just run R&D or do whatever you want. Install
Yeah, it
classic,
looks
sure.
like we're
Oh,
drawing
this
the
is a
last of our deck. That seems
okay.
awkward.
I suppose if you always intend to run this Fuji next turn, you are not losing specific value.
Yeah. How many have we got in hand? 8. Yeah,
8.
so you can you've got like the boomerang, you've got like the gamble.
Yeah,
Mm. Part of me's hoping that we get like install wake, run HQ a bunch of times, access
that's yeah,
stick cards from
yeah,
R&D.
yeah. You get a massive R&D access. Uh, okay, so we see the spin doctor. I don't imagine. I said there's no way this Fuji always gets stolen, right? I don't think you can reasonably protect it.
Yeah,
But
you can spin over the Fuji, but you're just spinning your wheels until eventually you die here.
yeah, exactly.
Like
So
I
I
think
think
I think your only route to victory really was like spin back seamlesses TPR out of 5-3. I think that's literally your only line to victory, and obviously we don't have that anymore.
yeah. I said although there is with this being a Fuji, right? There is like the alternative win con as I mentioned of replanting this anemone. So because I mean replanting anemone plus the Fuji is like 6 damage already, and there's only 8 cards left. So
So
in theory, there is a kill.
the thing is, there are still 3 more cards left there that you have to get rid of.
Mm,
2 more cards there, however many cards. 2 more cards that you have to do. So you need 3 more damage, right, to actually
yeah,
kill them,
yeah.
and you simply don't have that in your deck. Is there another in enemy?
There are 2 anemones, I believe.
So
I
you've got
guess
exactly enough damage to put them at 0 cards, but not kill at the
yes.
moment.
And you have to
But
like
obviously,
spin the
all it takes
replanting
is
or
them
whatever.
to spin the replanting, or they just play a sure gamble. Like all it takes is for them to install a card that isn't boomerang for that
Yeah.
plan to go out the window, I guess. So for that plan to like be a thing, then I guess.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, so we go double advance and a spin. Yeah, and I mean, so yeah, this has to be the plan. It's the only way now. I think it's the
Yeah,
only
and with
way.
the double advance, you're saying to them, you have to steal this now. So
Yes.
there's a world where you wait a turn, like you lose that world because they just run R&D and steal the last agendas, but like you wait a turn to force them to play and discard down, and then next turn
Yeah,
you advance it to force them to run.
yeah, that's true. But I, I
Like
I think with 8 cards they always run it just so they're not losing any value.
yeah, they're running it anyway. But if that's true, is it worth advancing it?
That's a good point actually. That is a
So
very good point.
yeah, like you could just go like install Spin Doctor, install an enemy, click for 2 credits, and now you've
And
got the ability to actually do all these replanting shenanigans.
yeah, because you know they're always running it whether you're advancing it or not.
Yeah, and if they don't run it, it's great for you. Like we were saying, like so there's no
I
bad quote unquote bad outcome to that.
I like that line actually. Okay, so Marcus Archives not relevant. Well, it's relevant for taking credits,
Bankroll.
whatever.
Yeah.
Bankroll. 19 credits.
I'm loving this bug, like that makes just so many run symbols appear.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
makes
not
it
sure what's up
absolutely
with that.
ridiculous.
All right. So math, whatever. Informati up to 7 credits. Running R&D. All right. For chest
I'm
bay
surprised
value.
there's not a little party popper emoji here, but you know, I guess that's Netrunner, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, chest bay. Blah blah blah. Nothing.
Gonna
All
look
right.
at just 2 cards. Oh, 2 additional cards. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, what's the value add of checking all these remotes before the Fuji? Because you know you have to run this Fuji, right? So is surely you want to run it earlier?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see it for sure. I mean, I guess just in case your opponent. I mean, you know it's a Fuji. There's no bluff. Just in case they somehow generate they're rezzing ice that you have to deal with, and you don't have enough in the because you only have 4 credits. You want to get as much value out of this bankroll as possible.
Hmm.
So you're just generating bankroll credits whilst doing something, and then you gain 21 here instead of
Yeah,
20,
yeah.
instead of 19. So only a small amount of value, but value all the same. Like here, I think you could bounce.
Okay, you
Oh, I guess
pass.
with the bankroll, it's free.
That's true.
So
And kevinth with the infinite money glitch once again. Oh, there's the last seamless. All right. And this one
right.
obviously gets fired.
So
Shuffling 2
what do we
seamlesses.
shuffle in? So
2
we've
seam.
seen a line.
Yes.
The line is
So
now just install cards into remotes and hope they keep running it until
yeah,
they can't, and then
yeah,
you install the sender message.
yeah. Because this replanting didn't get shuffled back. The grinder wincon is no longer on the table, but uh, with the seamless, like the plan A comes back in, right? And of course, click 4. Well, click 3 if you count the discount. Go
Yeah,
back
who with 1 click remaining.
with 1 click remaining. There we go.
So we
Officially
lose
speaking, mutual
a
favor boomerang.
boomerang and a mutual favor. Happy with that.
Okay. Sadaka.
The Sadaka
Sadaka
is sad
kills. You kill
twinning.
this twinning? Yeah, for sure. Ooh, longevity draw. Alright. And this Tatu. More
So
infinite money glitches.
now that you snuck this longevity through. Wait, why is there a seamless face down in archives here?
The seamless got discarded to the Sadaka. To trash the twinning.
Okay. I guess if you, I'm just like confused if you're. I guess there's nothing else to. If you're shuffling back the seamless, then why are you then discarding the one you've got in hand?
I suppose it's because you drew this longevity serum.
But you could. So what are the next 2 cards in R&D? Both seamlesses.
That's a good question.
There's got to have been a card, like unless it's double seamless, there's got to have been a card that was better to discard. But anyway, we'll find
Yeah,
out shortly.
I suppose.
Oh, my bankroll.
My bankroll, 21 credits. That's
21
a
credits.
massive bankroll.
Plus 20 credit play that was.
Hmm.
It
feel
took 21 turns to pay out. But
Alright, Timberwick, blah blah blah. And there's the Fuji. And the net damage is the
Fuji.
second boomerang. Ooh.
I guess with the Sadaka out of play now, the boomerang's not that important.
Yeah, that's very true. And I guess you keep your wake implant if that's ever relevant. And it probably
Now
might.
that the twinning's gone,
Yeah, it might actually be relevant.
we're
Okay, and
winning
lastly to
archives
run
again.
just to check, you're not pulling something naughty and sneaking agenda with the Sadaka trash. Nothing doing here.
Yeah. 17 credits, daily casts, miss bones, the rest of it. Clicking for a credit's not doing anything, so you might as well just look at the face down cards, I guess.
Yep. There's a snare. Ooh, okay. Oh, replanting and snare is actually lethal, huh?
Oh my god. It actually is. It's good.
It's actually
This could
lethal.
happen. This could actually happen. I don't know the outcome of this game. I don't know if you do.
Uh, well,
So I'm not
even
gonna. Yeah,
if I do, I'm not saying.
yeah. That's even better.
Yeah.
This is. It's on. It's on.
I mean
What about the square?
now this thing we are approaching the end with this run symbol into this
Yeah,
confetti.
it
It's a
could be
little bit more
anything.
spooky now, isn't it?
Let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited. Credit
Oh,
snare.
no way, no way.
Nah, I can't see it. I can't see it happening here. We didn't see the replant in play, so we know it's not. That's a shame,
Oh,
but
that's a shame. All right, Artini's the
this is an
access.
R&D dig, right? And then you just rip the top card, I guess.
Ah, there it is. Oh, oh,
Oh,
what could have been?
that was so fun. That ending was so fun, though. Oh, if they replanted onto R&D, if only they replanted the enemy onto R&D.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so, right? If you replant Anemone R&D, and like keep Snare in HQ, I think
Yeah,
there's a win there somewhere if you
yeah,
get lucky.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
that
the thing
was
is, you
ooh,
you have to
shivering.
put the enemy where the win is, and the win is in both R&D and HQ.
Yeah,
So
that's
you can't really create that scenario. But still, we wanted to
oh
see it.
yeah, that was so close. Damn.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kevin saying no agenda in top 20ish cards. Yeah, exactly right. It's a bit unfortunate. I mean, that is how rush decks go sometimes. It is like really critical for those decks to have like good agenda flow. I mean, I'm thinking of other decks like Rush Op, where if you don't see any Oak Towns or 3/2s to fast advance in the top 20 cards, also let's say, and the runner gets set up and can go through all your op tricks
Yeah,
with their setup, it gets extremely rough.
absolutely. I think my only problem is like with what is it, 4/5/3s in the deck? Like that's where that comes from, right? Obviously, any deck can, not manage to draw its agendas and stuff, but with only 8 total agendas and only 4 of them are that easy to score, this is a problem like I think you would expect to see in this
Yeah,
deck a lot. So you
yeah,
are really expecting to have to get into that scenario where your remote is, an Anansi, Tuatin is Vampire, whatever it is,
yeah.
and obviously against a 21 credit bankroll crack, that's not doing anything. You're never getting to that scenario.
And I think this is more of an Teia problem, specific to a Teia problem, in that like the agenda you really want to see first is the TPR, rather than
Mhm.
compared to op, where you're not really that fussed about what agenda you score first, as long as you have a Tucana.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I see that. And like with like the PD decks, all of your agendas are just phenomenally good. Whether
Yes.
they are the Vitruvius or the Architect Deployment Test or the Luminal or the Offworld
Yeah.
Office, like they're all doing something when you score them. Whereas um, the Longevity Serum doesn't really do anything. The
Yeah. It's
TPR is obviously good, and your 5/3s are hard to score and very expensive.
yeah.
So
So yeah, in general, like 3 out of 8 agendas are good to score as your first agenda in Teia, compared to like 6 out of 8 in PD. That's like the calculus.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you say, it's just not. They're not great numbers for you. They don't like you have it being so draw dependent is going to lead to these kinds of games. And yeah, it was unlucky that there was no agendas drawn, but I don't know that the game goes that much better if you draw a Fuji instead.
Hmm.
You know, like
Exactly.
install double advance, triple advance next turn. You spent two turns getting 3 points and not a lot else. That's not much better than the situation you were in anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I, I mean, if there's any silver lining, I mean, I expect RWR to have more support for Atia. I mean, it is part of this. It is part of the same cycle after all. We've talked about the sys ops already. Maybe there's more Jinteki cards, agendas, probably. I
Yeah,
think
I'd like to see some kind of Trank Grid-esque card. I don't know what it'd say, but something that like if the second time you install a card, do something. I don't know. But something similar to this Trank Grid play, but that's in faction, so you're not burning all of your influence on
yeah.
some. I mean, it's a good card, obviously, it's a very powerful card, but it's just a reasonable economy card at the end of the day, and we didn't really get a lot of fires in this game, for example.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the end of the game. And I
Yeah.
guess now we know. EA Sports, congratulations. Moving on to the next round. I'm not sure who they're playing against round 2. Let me check if
I don't know if has the bracket been posted.
the
I know
bracket.
the final stand. Oh, of course, we can follow the bracket all the way along, can't we?
Yeah, okay, let me pull up the bracket real quick. I'm sure I have it around here somewhere.
So EA Sports are against the Ice Unbanned's Ice Heart.
Ooh, that's not gonna be easy. Oh yes, they unbanned Isaac beat TAI Kurubira last round. It's a little bit sad. There was, I believe, yeah, their match was this morning for me. Yeah, I stayed up until like 4 a.m. to watch at least the first round, and then very unfortunately, I think Ruben Peters was playing Sable and had both Paladin Pomos and both Twinnings in the bottom 5 cards.
Ooh, that is a little bit rough. A little bit
Yeah.
rough.
Oh well.
Just need to learn to shuffle better, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what have we got? We've got have you got the bracket? You've got the
I am
bracket up on screen.
looking for bracket now.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link.
I got it. I got it. There we go.
Ah, okay.
There we go. So yeah, so EA Sports beating up the Prodigal Run.
That's a
playing
shame.
against-
I think that might be my favorite name in the tournament.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, there you go.
looking at the names, 6 jank decks in the trench coat, pretty good. Free Drago, please no.
The startup contingent.
I do believe like the deck name, from what I understand from Jay Foley, the deck name was created, or they submitted the team name the day before the startup ban list announcement. And
That's great.
and then Jay Foley was like, no, I will not apologize.
All that hard work gone to waste.
That's right. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
so
I think we're both out, aren't we? In fact, this
yeah,
tournament.
yeah, I mean, it's a shame. We will get to that in a while, but I think this quadrant of the bracket is going to be like absolute Shark Tank, and this will be definitely the one to watch going into rounds 2 and 3. Unbanned
Even going on
against
to,
EA
like,
Sports and Mr. Mantle, the Mantle Boss Team A up against Snare Bears.
Snare Bears and the SBT team both getting a bye is brutal
That's
for everyone else who has to play. All the teams to get buys.
So don't quote me on this, but as you may or may not be aware, and this is public information, right? Aksu and Augustus Caesar have a €5 bet going that Hoshiko will be banned before the release of RWR, or with the RWR release ban list update, if there is any, right? So they have a €5 bet going, and Aksu is saying Hoshiko will remain unbanned, and Augustus is on the banned Hoshiko train, as I am, but that's a different story. So the current reigning conspiracy theory, started by yours truly, is that Aksu, as the as one of the tournament organizers of Fight Club, has bribed SBT with a round 1 bye to ensure that Hoshiko stays unbanned until such time as he can collect his bribe. Well, I say
see.
bribe. His
Reward.
his bet. His bet.
Yeah. But
All that for €5.
I mean, I'd do it. Get me on the SBT. I'll do it immediately.
Yeah.
I'm corruptible.
You heard it. You heard it here. You heard it here first. Oh, we have Kevin. Mr. Replay. I mean, I'll be uploading this on my YouTube channel. Like right after the stream ends, so no worries about it. And now that I think about it, I really should put the link to my YouTube on my Twitch stream so people don't have issues finding, because I've had people have had issues finding my YouTube channel, but that's another story. But
I'll
okay.
need that link as well, because I want to watch the other round that you commentated that I missed.
All right. For sure. Okay, so moving on very quickly. Draw 1 queer card. This is the Queer Earth Hub team, I believe.
Yep.
Versus TII Augury. One of 3 teams that we submitted. Steel City Grid against Living Mural.
Who's Steel City Grid?
Steel City Grid is B-Blum. It's the B-Blum stack.
Ah, yes. I know. I recognized it.
Then Miss Boss, which is of course the Mountain Boss second team, losing to Clearing Skulls. I'm not sure who Clearing Skulls is. Let's find out.
I recognize the name.
Oh,
Sauce.
it's Utati. Sauce and Utati in second skin. Very nice. Congrats to them.
And then
SBT
with the
buy, which we won't speak about more. Okay. Then 2 Clear to Message, which is one of the 2 QTM teams. Let's call it one of the 2.5 QTM teams.
Yeah.
Versus 6 Jank decks. I can't remember who's in 6 Jank decks. 6 Jank decks. Oh, it's Kabloosh, Remix, and Packs. Okay. So these are the more of the US West Coast.
Yeah. It didn't go well for us, did it? 2 Queer to Message was my. I'm the reserve for that team.
Okay. So wait, who else? Who else was in that team? 2 Clear to Message. Chris.
It was Chris,
Sticks, and
Soviet Love Hammer, and Sticks.
Okay. So commiserations, of course. And first time each.
Commander recount.
First time each time you create a queer server. Well, that is a mouthful.
Yeah.
Versus the Perry Grids. Oh, Game of Droid stack. Very nice. Congrats to them as well. NWE versus GGGG.
GGGG.
Code Lava. All right. Code Lava and friends.
Both quite good teams. So
yeah. Of course.
I imagine that was a good fight.
Oracle Fight Tank with the 3rd buy. Oracle Fight Tank. Zaphod, Tradon, Virulence, and all 15/15. All right. I know some of these people. Okay, Savage Power Boys beat up Free Drago, which is the J40 stack. Savage Power Boys, I believe, is Jacques Motivore, and Armorum Aces. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jacques, of course, quite well known and very good player.
Yeah.
Virginia Biotech I'm very unfortunately beating up my team. Feng He Li.
Ooh.
There is a story. There is a story behind that name, but well, I guess it will have no choice but to go unheard since we lost.
That's it. Tune into Fight Club next year to hear the story.
Round 2, the rerun, and in the last two matches, unbanned Neurofire, I believe. Yeah, so this is what they are. Yeah. The second unbanned team versus QTM. QTM.
Weirdly, from QTM. That's a QTM team, that one.
Q trademark, officially speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one also ended in an Teia final round.
Oh yeah,
Or the
as I
Teia,
recall,
mm,
it was Teia versus Hoshiko, I think.
yeah, the
Uh,
Red Hoshiko deck.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I the other day I was streaming with Jinsei, and they were saying they played their first game against, I believe it was it Izzy? I don't think it was Izzy. No, it was
that
Court
might be
Gang.
correct.
I think it was Court Gang.
Ah, okay, yeah.
They lost to Court Gang as runner, and then it turns out their Court game, which was Atea, got delayed all the way until the last match of
To
the
the
round.
final game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which they ended up winning, and then winning the entire thing 3-2.
Yeah, it was quite a funny story because I believe both Card Gang and Jinsei were saying that they'd found the matchup unwinnable.
Oh, for both sides.
So for both sides. So like both apparently both sides were panicking about that one. But we ended up not taking it in the end, sadly.
Ah,
Again, rematch.
yeah. See you next year. Axel says, tell the story behind him. Okay, yeah, fine. Since chat is asking, basically, Feng her rudely. Um, and that's the last time I'll say that. If you can enjoy pronouncing it if you want. Is basically a Chinese idiom that basically means, it's used to refer to like the weather in like in the sense of it's a beautiful morning, that kind of thing. And that in itself isn't noteworthy, but it's more of the fact that the name is a little bit of a meme locally, because it's a little overused. The phrase is overused in like elementary and middle school, like Chinese essay writing.
Ah,
In
right, I
that,
see.
yeah, in like 90 to 95% of essays like start with like 一个风和日丽的早安 for example, which is like it was a beautiful morning, and yeah, we decided to riff on that a little bit, and look where that got us.
Mm. Well, this is what happens when you make your name a meme. That's what we've learned.
That's right. Yeah, and of course, the last matchup we haven't covered is side game beat up NCN greater than NBN. What is this?
NCN.
NCN greater than NBN, or better than Suez Snack and Safer. Commiserations, of
Yeah.
course, and the last. So side game is, there you go, Squeech,
Side game is
Pycat. Hey, it's
Pie
Pycat.
Cat, who's in cat.
Hey,
Yeah. One of my
PI.
favorite Corvids.
That's right. It's just all your initials, right? Oh, that's very nice. PIS gang, PSI gang. Very,
Mm.
very good. Congratulations, and of course, all the best against Unbanned in the next round. You'll definitely need it. Yeah, so those are the winners of Fight Club Round One. So Unbanned was EA, Mantle, Snare Bears, Augury vs Steel City, Clearance Scouts SBT, Unbanned again, PSI game, Virginia Biotech, Savage Power Boys, Oracle Fight Tank, NW, and the first time each turn you create a queer server versus, wow, really the two acronym names against each other. It's like, this is
Fight for the longest name to
that's
remain.
6 jug decks in a trench coat. Yeah, so all the best to these teams for the upcoming round two. And I mean, the pairings are definitely up already. I believe there's a little bit more time for teams to submit the deck list, but once they are, round two should be able to begin in earnest.
Yeah, not long, not long.
And yeah, I think with that should be about it for us on this stream. Of course, waiting on the schedule, waiting on the schedule for round two before we can do any more commentary. And yeah, all the best
Yeah,
to PyCat
the
and everyone
deadline
else
is
in the
this
chat.
month. Oh, sorry.
You're saying the deadline?
The deadline's this Monday, so we get the weekend off and then back to the grindstone. So,
Right. Yeah, and I mean, of course, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this replay review with you.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for letting me come on.
Yeah, we should definitely can do this again at some point. We of course have to see the timetable for round two, but you know that can be easily arranged. Yeah, and that's it from us, and I guess that's all for the stream. And wow, we've gone 2 hours plus for a single review.
Apparently
Huh.
so.
Yeah. I mean, hell
There's
of a
lots to
game
talk
that was,
about.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. Thank you very much.
yeah. Thanks, Tami, and I mean, thanks, chat, of course, for hanging out. And as always, stay hydrated and always be running.